So, big news coming out of the streaming and professional wrestling world just about an hour ago. It looks like Netflix and the WWE have made a deal where starting January 2025, 12 months from now, they will be streaming Raw exclusively on Netflix. Let's get right into it. It's all over the news. I'm going with the Variety article. Netflix WWE strike deal to move Monday Night Raw to streamer beginning in 2025 for $500 million per year. And this is by Joe Otterson. About an hour ago. Okay. And a major shakeup. WWE has struck a deal with Netflix that will see its flagship weekly live pro wrestling show begin airing exclusively on the streaming giant beginning in 2025. That will mark the first time in its 3-decade history that Raw has not aired new episodes on a linear television network. I think cable TV is it's dead. It makes me a little sad for nostalgia's sake and for people who are very much a fan of standard cable television, things like that, USA, TNT, CBS. I don't know what's to become of them. That would actually be an interesting thing to look into, but it looks like WWE, a big money program, is moving that streaming. The deal is valued at $500 million per year for 10 years. Netflix has the option to opt out after the initial 5 years and to extend for an additional 10 years. By comparison, sources say WWE's current 5-year deal for Raw with NBC Universal is worth approximately $250 to $260 million per year. We are very excited to have WWE Raw with this huge and passionate multi-generational fan base on Netflix, said Netflix Chief Content Officer Bella Bajaria. By combining our reach, recommendations, and fandom with WWE, we'll be able to deliver more joy and value for their audiences and our members. Raw is the best of sports entertainment, blending great characters and storytelling with live action 52 weeks a year. That's right, there's no season for wrestling. It's like UFC. It runs all year round. And we're thrilled to be in this long-term partnership with WWE. WWE's current deal with NBC Universal has Raw airing on USA Network until October 2024. According to an individual with knowledge of the situation, exactly where Raw will air between the end of that deal and the beginning of the Netflix deal is still being determined. And so maybe they'll air them. Well, I don't know what'll happen. This is curious. This was the last thing. I didn't see this coming today. Definitely a surprise. Under the deal, Netflix will become the exclusive home of Raw in the US, Canada, the UK, Latin America, and other territories once the deal begins. Now, this works for me because I don't have standard television, standard cable television. I have streaming services, so I'd never had access to USA. I think I rented Fubo once for like the trial deal, but it's $64 a month. For a lot of channels, I'm probably not going to use. So I used the trial to watch Raw once after CM Punk came back and then just got rid of it. But now I'm going to have access and be able to watch Raw because, it's something I already have. So I don't have to add anything to it. Now, I don't know if the standard cable TV user, how they're going to feel about it. But for me, I'm there for it. With more countries and regions to be added over time, Netflix will also become the television home for all WWE shows outside the U.S. That includes fellow weekly shows SmackDown and NTX. All right, I haven't been able to watch any of those, as well as annual events like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Royal Rumble. Okay, so that's a hit to Peacock because I've been watching once a month. That's as much as I've been able to watch without having to get cable television, the pay-per-views, getting ready for the Royal Rumble next weekend. Or this weekend. Okay, now it's all just coming straight to Netflix, as well as documentaries, original series, and additional projects. In its relatively short history, Netflix has engineered a phenomenal track record for storytelling, said Nick Khan, WWE president. We believe Netflix, as one of the world's leading entertainment brands, is the ideal long-term home for Raw's live, loyal, and ever-growing fan base. This deal is transformative. It certainly seems to be the future, adds Mark Shapiro, president and COO of WWE parent company TKO. It marries the can't-miss WWE product with Netflix's extraordinary global reach and locks in significant and predictable economics for many years. Our partnership fundamentally alters and strengthens the media landscape, dramatically expanding the reach of WWE and brings weekly live appointment viewing to Netflix. I'm surprised that ESPN didn't take a shot at this. They already have the UFC, so that's curious. But okay, it's going to Netflix. I have Netflix. The deal is the final step in WWE's latest round of TV rights deals. It was previously announced that rights to SmackDown had been sold to NBC Universal and USA Network in a 5-year deal, $1.4 billion. Not long after it was announced that NTX would be moving from USA to the CW. Okay, yeah. A close source close to the deal pegged the value to WWE at about $20 million, $25 per year, also for 5 years. So that turned out not to be true. Acquiring rights to Raw solidifies Netflix push into live programming, with the streamer having just tested the waters with live streaming of late. In March 2023, Netflix debuted its first ever live event with the comedy special Chris Rock's Selective Outrage. They followed up with the live Love is Blind reunion special in April. They have aired multiple live events since, most recently the 30th Screen Actors Guild Awards. I haven't watched any of those. But with Raw, Netflix will have a live program that runs weekly year-round. Such a move is a necessity for the trailblazer of the streaming revolution, with multiple competitors already offering regular live sports programs to their subscribers. Now, people were complaining that the NFL now moving, some of its playoff programs to Peacock, which is subscriber-based. I told someone, a friend of mine, Bill, I said, what do you care? It's $5. You should see what I have to spend for, UFC. And he said, it's $5 more. Well, this is the future. If you're still holding on to cable television exclusively, you're probably, going to run into this more and more. Let's see. Amazon, for example, locked up the exclusive rights to the NFL's Thursday Night Football for 10 years, beginning with the 2023 season. Peacock, NBC Universal streaming service and current home to WWE library content and live events in the U.S., recently racked up 23 million views when it aired the NFL playoff game between Kansas City and Miami. And that's what I was just talking about. Shapiro said the deal was months in the making. He credited Bajaria with having the vision to see what WWE could bring to Netflix's global platform. The long-term licensing agreement was attractive to both buyer and seller for strategic reasons, and it was also a complex transaction worked out in secret, certainly. We both can rarely remember a time when a deal was truly a win-win for both sides. A universally attractive platform means a universally attractive property, Shapiro said. Both have significant and loyal followings, and the price and the many parts of the deal are right for both parties. So, yeah, man, I mean, this is the future. It's going to be the streaming services. They're going to be taking it, to Netflix, to Amazon, to, ESPN Live. UFC doesn't air on ESPN. It airs on ESPN Plus. So I have the Disney bundle. I don't watch Disney for shit. I mean, I actually kind of just recently rewatched Daredevil, but past that, I don't watch it. But I get it because it's cheaper than just buying ESPN solely. So I get that and Hulu, and every once in a while I'll watch something on Hulu. But, I think this is a response to the idea that the streaming bubble had burst. They're moving in different directions, and this is going to make them a lot of money because WWE fans are loyal. Pro wrestling fans are rabid. They're like very similar to MMA fans. And pro wrestling and MMA don't have a season. It's year round, 52 weeks a year. You might get 2 weeks off for Christmas. That'll be about it. So that's my video. Let me know what you think. Is this a good thing, a bad thing? Do you have Netflix? I guess you're going to be getting it if you're a wrestling fan. Or, like I said earlier, and I've said in other videos, this could be, for some people, I think they might be switching to something like IWTV, where you have the app where, you'll have access to lots of indie wrestling. Tons of federations out there that are doing it every night. So, does this make the WWE more snobbish and, exclusive, with their noses in the air? Will this turn people off? Will it turn you off? Like this video, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video. All right, see you soon.